don't even have that turned around. Hello there, microphone. Hello there. How is everybody doing this fine Friday? Oh, I see the Isaacs are having a existential crisis over here. So which one's from the future? I think you are... Maybe you're both from different universities, the same person. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Hey there, Matt and Chris and Kenyata. Hope everything's going well. Let me turn this microphone or my headset down a little bit. That music's a little loud. You're from the past, I guess. Okay. That works. That absolutely does work. Oh, gosh. So I got 4 more days of work next week, and then I have a 10-day vacation. I am so freaking excited. And the whole time, rather than go somewhere, I'm actually going to be working on the channel pretty much the whole time to get all my side projects moving forward. Hello there, Alia. How are you? So, for tonight's delicious concoction, I am just having standard green tea. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy whatsoever. What anime are we talking about? I want to see the anime. It's called Inspectral. Yeah, I think I missed part of the conversation there. Hey there, Val. How are you doing? And we got some more of that spam over here. Let's get rid of that spam. Goodbye. Not sure what that's all about. Has anyone else noticed that coming by? The little vast tech thing? I've seen it on other streamers as well. A little weird. Anyways. Oh, you picked up Quantum Break? Brand new, and it's coming on Monday. Nice! That'll be fun just in time. Because I think we're doing one more Sunday and then Wednesday, and we'll be wrapped up in the entire game. It's only 5 chapters, essentially. So we'll be wrapped up by next Wednesday, and it'll be time for you to pick it up on your own. Oh, the one you mentioned in Discord? Gotcha. I'll take a look when we get in there. Oh, boy. I don't know what does come with the collector's edition. I've never had anything other than the Steam version, so I don't know what's supposed to come with it. Cool. You have to let us know when everything shows up on this coming Monday. Oh boy, hold on. Headset wires are all crisscrossed here. Hey Gabriel, how's it been going? It's been a while. I haven't seen you around in a long time. Oh, it's from a conversation about thought forms? Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something... Because a lot of stuff, if I mention Alan Wake-ish creation stuff, it's just hypothesis. We really don't know. But the only time we've seen things being created out of nothing, it's kind of stuck inside the Pocket Universe or only inside the Dark Place itself. Like the characters, like Emma Sloan and the Doctor from, what is it, American Nightmare. Anyways, so where do we end off here? I think Jack was turning himself in or something. And yeah. Okay, that's where we're at. Sorry, I just had to think about it. And weirdly enough, I'm actually just started watching the episode of Fringe where Shawn Ashmore and his brother Aaron are starring in the episode. Perfect timing, right? Anyways, let's get going on this. Enough of my yapping around here. Dude, I absolutely love Fringe. I'm rewatching it for like the 6th time. You just finished the episode yesterday? Yeah, it's like perfect timing. Like, I didn't know him too well when I saw this. I knew him, the character as Iceman from the X-Men series, but until I played this game, I didn't really start paying attention to the guy. That and him in Warehouse 13. I think that was Aaron, though, not Sean. My thoughts on Hellblade 2? With Hellblade 2, we'll have to see how it works out. It's definitely going to take a different angle. It's going to be less personal and less about sensuous trauma, possibly. Because if we have other people around us, it's going to be less about what's going on inside and more focusing on what's going on outside. I am not sure. I'll have to double check it. We'll have to see when it comes out, though. Alright, so we're on Act 3 out of 5. And because I want to make sure that we don't miss any of the intro, let's go ahead and restart it. Hard difficulty, let's go.
Previously on Quantum Break.
Paul! Stop! Come back, goddammit! Ah!
I think it's time you tell me what you know.
I know your brother built the one thing that could stop the fracture.
Second time machine. No.
What?
God damn it.
We can't fix the machine, but I might know somebody who can. Sophia Amaral.
The Monarch scientist.
She'll be at the Monarch Gala tonight, but security's airtight. She'll be nearly impossible to get to.
Gala? Or is it Gala? Which way is it?
Martin, I'm afraid you're gonna have to cover for me at the speech tonight.
All right.
Jack and I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
Personal bubble there, buddy. Oh god, I'm mumbling today. I apologize. I am not speaking very well. The wine and the cheese crowd.
Security was tight at the Monarch Gala. You took quite a risk walking into the Lion's Den.
If we were gonna kidnap Dr. Amaral, then we needed to do it from the inside.
Beth Wilder. You were quick to trust her.
We had common interests.
Is that all you had?
That's all we needed.
Well, hello.
Well, I was starting to think seeing a pretty lady like you was too much to hope for.
Why don't you keep your mouth shut while we get some privacy before we begin? Okay.
How about you get me out of this chair?
Guess that's one way to get into place.
Stop squirming.
Well, this one is a literal
When
TV
you
show
gonna
on top
need
of presenting
this?
itself that way, Val. It's both. Let me know if you guys are seeing a little bit of frame drops, because I'm seeing a little bit on my end.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
Oh crap, I think I left my notepad with all the collectible logs. 2 seconds.
What's it look like out there?
2 seconds. I need to go grab that real quick. I will be right back. Sorry about this. 2 seconds. Alright, back. Sorry about that. The notepad that I use for the collectible log on the game, I also use to write my short story right now, so it's in my bedroom. But we're good. Drop you up there, and let's get going. Sorry about the delay there, guys.
I think you're secure. Everyone's concentrating on the party. So far, your crazy plan's working.
Sneaking in with a bunch of drunk people, it really helps.
Dr. Amaral?
I don't have a fix on her. She's either at the party or at her office at the R&D facility here on the island. I'll scout out the party.
So how's everyone's Friday
So
night
you're
been
gonna
going
sip
so
champagne
far?
while I break into a high security installation. It's like you got this all figured out.
I'll save you a cocktail, weenie.
Those things are delicious.
Oh, well, in that case,
Alright, let me through. Let's do
Our
this.
cover isn't going to survive the night, but it'll last a little longer, so you can't walk out the front door with me. This is the quickest way to the R&D facility. I disabled the security at the back door, but there'll be guards. Contact me when you're clear.
You got it.
And
Let's
Jack,
go.
you know what's at stake here. This can't be about revenge.
It's gonna be about revenge, let's be honest.
I'm not here for Paul.
You say so. Then again, it's really hard to get a fix on Jack as a character because, let's be honest, he really doesn't have a character.
Let's do this.
He has next to no characterization throughout this entire story, and that's why he's 100% the weakest Remedy character. Or Remedy protagonist. Oh yeah, guess what? We literally can just do this now. Whenever we want to, we can slow down time and pull a Quicksilver. And melee out of it too. Your family got a Christmas tree today? Nice!
Damn. That will hurt in the morning.
I've never actually played Death Rally. I don't know anything about it,
powers are
so
growing.
can't say much, Isaac.
I was learning to control them better. That felt good.
Alright. Pop you, and now we can literally just freeze around and dash around in slow time whenever we want. I don't know, like, Max definitely has a crap ton of issues on his end. Alan, I just released a video about his psychology. Jesse has the entire idea of assuming everyone thinking she's nuts, and her refusal to take control, so to speak, which is her story arc throughout the game. But this guy, he's just the same person at the start as he is at the end. It's kind of like the story happens to him rather than him impacting the story, if that makes sense.
Very sci-fi and very Monarch. Something tells me it wasn't commissioned by them, though.
Again, we got another random graffiti here, except we can recognize Beth, and again, we have Toto right there. It's a person who's been graffitiing this everywhere. Alright, let's get going.
Hey, Beth.
Hey there,
Clear.
Bird, how you doing?
What's next?
New radar tower. Let me know when you get inside.
Now we got a freaking turret. Oh god, I'm dead.
Oh, you could have warned me about that one, Beth.
Let's turn that off. I do not want that thing popping me in the face. Motion sensor turrets? Yeah, that's lovely. Absolutely freaking lovely. Pizza time!
Alright.
More evidence that Quantum Break is a weak escape attempt. Yeah, that's one thing. I don't know, like, because it's not like the game can't make intriguing characters. I mean, Paul and Beth are, I think, in my opinion, are more fascinating as characters than
Okay, how am I
protagonists,
getting to that radar
unfortunately.
tower?
Okay.
Up you go.
All right, we good.
Move in on his last position.
No, you didn't see me.
It was all supposed to be quietly swept under the
You didn't see me. That's a lie.
But now we've got a shitload more bodies to disappear. Well,
And you're still doing your regular dialogue. Goodbye. What
Time
happened,
felt
Bird?
broken here.
That's weird. Alright, Gull Island sign. So essentially... Okay, the Coastal Defense Installation of Riverport was commissioned August 2nd, 1940 and completed September 1942 as Americans
The
faced the
whole
realities
cannon
of World
felt
War II.
unstuck in time.
In addition to the fortifications and artillery, it was boasted that an extensive tunnel system that linked Gull Island to the mainland, enabling free movement of personnel and materials even under siege conditions. It was built in preparation for an attack on the United States that fortunately never came. As basically, this entire science is basically just giving you a background of what Gold Island was used for before Monarch purchased it. It was just a war facility. Alright, let's do this.
The timeline of the old cannon felt loose. I could shift it around.
Smart place to aim the cannon, guys.
Just at the wall there? Yeah, in case it accidentally goes off, you just blow up a freaking block wall. Whatever. characters are just
Okay,
like Alan's
quicker
original
next
characters,
time.
technically. If the hypothesis that this Quantum Break was written by Alan is a failed escape attempt is true. But I can't really figure out how he would have expected to get escaped during this. I mean, other than we've already mentioned shifters. Now, if we'll talk about that when we get more details on them, but
Monarch projections say these stutters are
that's a
getting more
possibility,
frequent.
just those entities. But
One
I don't know.
hits while we're grabbing Dr. Amaral.
You'll be frozen. Yeah, I know. It's a risk.
Monarch specialist troopers have the stutterproof gear. I bet Dr. Amaral would have that in her office too.
I'll keep an eye out. See if I can grab it for you.
See you in a bit, man. Okay, let's squeeze on in here. Alright. Now that we got our new ability here, this will go a lot easier. Goodbye. Oh, that's not good. This is not working. Let's get over here real quick. If I can just get one of these guys dead, it'll be a lot easier. There we go, one down.
Serene's the real boss. Likes to keep
Hey, your head's sticking out.
That's pretty weird.
Goodbye. Hey there. Yeah, we're losing. Whoa, that just... That did not look very nice. There we go. Crap. Is anyone else where it's getting a little unfortunate on your guys' end? Because I feel like it's pretty bad on my end. He was arguing that Christmas is a Christian holiday. I explained to him that it was a pagan holiday and I wouldn't accept it. Well, it's essentially a winter solstice festival. Originally.
Great.
Even there's a lot of similarities with how it was practiced by pagans and how it was practiced in modern times. I mean, even putting lighting on the tree was lighting an evergreen on fire on the darker side of the year. And so we have Christmas lights in the trees these days. Take it easy, bird. Yeah, Yuletide. Mm-hmm.
Beth? I'm at the radar tower.
And if you
Where's the lab?
really want to get into it, there's some
Below
weird
your
stuff
feet.
about it.
It's all top secret. The elevator inside will take you down.
Oh, seriously? What is this, a Bond villain lair?
You have no idea. Just don't fall into the shark tank.
Copy that. I mean, there's even some versions of the
Fuck.
Saint Nick tales that have to do with what kind of gifts he was originally bringing in the shamanistic version. If you look at the reds and whites of the outfit, it actually has to do with magic mushrooms. So literally, it was a shaman bringing around hallucinogenics, gifts of vision quests. Weird stuff. Anyways. And you see those colors all over the place. Like, you look at cardinals from the Catholic Church, same stuff. Okay, so we got you, and you, and I think we got one little section of Mr. Bobby Radford. Let's go.
Good evening, folks. This is your pal, Bobby Radford, and you better believe I'm still hopping mad about what went down at the university last night. But I got nothing new on that. I'm getting stonewalled. So let me take another approach. You know how Monarch took over the old dry docks, what, 5, 6 years back?
Mm-hmm.
Just bought it all up and set up some kind of an industrial operation there or something? Well, it turns out they had a freak accident there this morning. one of those unfinished ships came crashing down. You probably heard all about it. It was pretty spectacular. You'd think there'd be some kind of explanation for what had to be a multi-million-dollar disaster.
Nope.
Guess which multinational corporation has no comment on that little event either? Now, I don't know about you folks, but it seems to me all of a sudden there's a lot of weird stuff going down and Monarch's name just keeps coming up. So what's Monarch doing about it? It's business as usual for them. In fact, they're throwing a party at their fancy mansion on Gull Island. From what I hear, it's going to be a hell of a bash, but of course it's off limits to anybody who isn't a part of their clique. Kind of seems to me these
Clique?
guys
Did you say clique?
and now they're getting drunk while the city burns. But I'm sure they've got our best interests in mind, huh?
I think Bobby's a little PO'd at the moment. Yeah, I've never really seen, like, even though the Yule festival has been changed throughout the years, I mean, you can still enjoy it for what it is now. Like, you can understand the history of something and still enjoy it at the same time. Okay, so that's that one, and then let's go ahead and pull up the version of Teresa Sedmark's radio broadcast if we were in the PR version.
Hello, Riverport. This is Teresa Sedmak. Happy to spend this fine evening with you good folks. We're gonna have a good time, but
Hey there,
keep
princess.
an eye on the in crowd. You know we're not gonna be the only ones. The very exciting, very exclusive Monarch Gala is tonight at their beautiful mansion on Gull Island. Of course, the event's invite only, and when they say exclusive, they really mean it. Word is even confirmed A-listers have had a lot of trouble securing an invitation. Predictably, rumors are already circulating. Some people are saying that this is not just a party, that there might be an important announcement about Monarch's future coming up. Lots of people are anxious to get in on the ground floor on whatever the new thing, if there is one, might be. It's no secret that when Monarch Solutions makes a move, it pays off. Well, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. You'll hear about it as soon as I do, listeners. In the meantime, those of us with a view of the river will be able to enjoy the fireworks show, which is bound to be spectacular.
Kaboom, and we are back. So again, she's not even mentioning a damn thing about any of the stuff that's going on around town because, of course, she's on the Monarch payroll. So, of course, they're never going to bring anything up. Okay. Alright, so that's what we got next. Alright, Bobby, we already listened to you. Sorry, we're going to keep walking now. How's everything going, princess? Alright, let's get on in here.
Good evening.
Quantum Ripple time.
You weren't expecting somebody this handsome, I know. Unfortunately, Mr. Serene
This is actually a timed one. If you don't do it quick enough, you lose the option.
Stream.
to ensure we maintain control
Let's give
over
Monarch
our
the
path
audience they
forward.
deserve.
And that's what tonight is about. The future. We all knew this day was coming, even if many of you out there aren't sure what it means. We're entering a new phase in our operation. One that presents new risks and new demands. One that requires this.
Essentially, we just live streamed this for anybody
The
not here
Chrono
to see.
Field
This
Regulator,
is supposed to be a secret
or
thing.
Cfr. Now, many of you know that this device has been the source of our Chronon research since 2010. But what only a select few of you know is that this device is at the center of Monarch's plans to navigate through the dangers of the future. This device. Everybody get down!
Shots fired! Well, that sucks.
Jesus. What the hell's that about?
Someone's trying to take a shot at Hatch right there. Is it one of Paul's guys? I'm asking. Oh, I know the situation there. Anyways, oh, it's cool. You got 3 weeks off, princess. I'm jealous. I got kind of like a week and a half. I got 10 days straight. So full week plus 2 weekends and a vacation day for Christmas Eve.
Hey, Beth. I'm headed down into the labs.
All right.
Bit of confusion here at the party.
What is going
Serene's
on with that?
right-hand man's on
Why is it
stage. Was supposed to be Serene.
shaking? What is happening with that texture? I don't get it. Chill out, buddy. Oh, God. I need to get my energy up. I'm a little low energy today. Today was one of those days where I had to be the the role my job had me playing is not the best one, in my opinion. It's not the most fun.
Jack, the local security network should be lit up.
Necessary, but not enjoyable. We're kind of trapped right now. This sucks. Let's throw a shield up. Don't hit me. Don't hit me, guys, please. Yeah, sometimes you just need to take time off. And take a long time off.
Jesus.
Because on my end, like, the reason I usually don't take vacation is because, my job doesn't really do my work for me if I'm not there. So if I take any time off, that just means I have to come back and work extra hours to get caught up. So it's not usually in my benefit to take time off. And even if I'm taking a day off, I'm spending the whole time freaking out about work. So it's kind of pointless, but with the end of the year here, I have 40 hours I have to use, otherwise I'll lose it, so
Looks like that's
here we
one
go.
level up.
Okay. Alright, we're actually gonna get some pretty cool stuff here. There's some good lore bits coming up. And by the way, you need to drop that gun, you need to drop that gun. I want to steal your gun, guys. Okay, I can't steal their guns, damn it. This isn't good. Crap. Goodbye.
I'm getting more frequent.
Okay, you survived then, I guess. Goodbye. I don't want to be here. Yeah, boom. We're actually going to get some information on shifters right here. What are you? You never take time off as a teacher. It's triple times the work when you get back. Same feeling here. I didn't know you were a teacher, though. What do you teach?
It was some kind of surveillance drone. Knowing that Monarch had eyes in the sky made me a little uneasy.
There we go. Okay, so they got drones all over the place, which doesn't help with the Orwellian feeling here.
What the hell is this?
What is that? Yo, Jason, how you doing?
What is that? It's like I'm being drained.
Alright, so essentially these are Chrono Dampeners right here, and you lose access to any of your time powers while you're within its radius. It's intended so that anything that can move in a stutter doesn't really, or, we'll read the documents here and then we'll talk about it. Okay, Chronon Disrupted Wave Function Subjects, aka Shifters. Here we go. Theorized to exist on a state of quantum superposition. Surrounded by highly dangerous distortion fields, highly resistant to injury, conventional weapons are useless. Populate the end of time. Can only exist in zero state, inside stutters. Appearance likely once fractures progresses. As a result, shifters cannot enter stutter-proofed areas, hence why they set up these Chrono Dampeners, so that the shifters can never enter these sections. Procedures: keep your distance. If not aggressive, do not provoke. Avoid confrontation. Overall, seek cover inside stutterproofing. Maintain stutterproofing at all costs. If forced to engage, assemble superior numbers with Chronon tech weapons. No heroics. You teach science? Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, since we're talking about science here, okay, so what they're stating here is that shifters exist in the state of quantum superposition. That's basically the same object is in multiple positions at any given time. And any study of quantum mechanics, you'll see that stuff all over the place. In relation to not just that, but quantum entanglement as well. Like, they've even had situations in quantum labs that study this, where they took photos of an electron, and they had the same electron in two separate places. They could actually photograph the electron in two separate positions. These weird-ass shit. Nope. So essentially what they're saying is, if we're talking about a multiverse of different variations of realities, like in this game, there's, I think, like 128 different versions of the game. A shifter exists in all 128 simultaneously, and can basically move in and out of them at will. gosh, I don't know if I want to read all of this. My throat's already sore. Just watch a shifter video, crazy stuff when you observe something. Yeah, it's nuts, and that's stuff. I think they've been working on that twin slit problem for, I think, since the 50s or 60s. I don't remember when they started working on that. Samwise? No. All right, let's try to read some. The day has finally come to commence Phase 3 of our plan. Tonight, I will be holding a gala to celebrate the monumental achievement to which you are all invited. By now, you've likely heard of the events that took place earlier today at Riverport University. Our path forward has not been impacted by this minor setback. We are ready for what comes next. Your part in this journey has not yet begun, but the onset of the fracture will bring with it new challenges that are worth reiterating. I am not able to go over many of these issues in detail at tonight's gala because many guests will not have knowledge of the lifeboat protocol. As such, I'm including a high-level document outlining key points worth addressing. 1. Our journey ahead, the path forward, lifeboat protocol, status of the survival program, shifters, dangers awaiting, and the R&D tour, the future of the work. So essentially, rather than get into each individual section, what it's detailing is the lifeboat protocol is a bubble set up at the end of time so that the Monarch scientists can continue to function and work on the problem of how to get time started back up again. And then the shifters, they're going to be dangers they have to experience while they're in that zero state working on the program. And then any research and development is going to be military options to deal with it. In essence, Paul is convinced the inevitability of the end of time, so there's no point trying to stop it. However, you can take the end of time and move it forward. How do we fix the problem after time stops? And that's what he's focused on. Let's turn this off because it's starting to bug me.
The device drained my powers.
We refer to it as a Chrono Dampener.
It's funny because if this whole thing is supposed to prevent things from moving around in here, all you gotta do is walk up here, time frozen, pop, poke it, and you're good to go. Not very effective personally, but whatever. I'm sure they're doing their best.
When Paul visited me in that cell, he said time was a closed loop. Believed the fracture couldn't be fixed. Seeing the scale of that facility made me wonder. Time was ending? What was it all for?
And these guys absolutely can move. Not for very much longer, though. So they do have this little Chronon gear so they can move around at will.
Dr. Emerald's office. It's like that's one level up.
And what do we got here?
The chart showed that all of Monarch's major technological advancements started in 2010.
2010.
Around the same time that something else happened.
Mm-hmm.
Ground zero.
So, one thing to point out, yes, 2010 is a very big date in the Remedyverse because that is the year that Alan went missing. However, this development happened, I think, about about 4 months before Alan arrived in Bright Falls, so this is not related to the events of Alan Wake whatsoever. I've looked at it, and that would have been really cool if all that popped up because in the after Alan vanished into the dark place, but that's not the case here. But still, 2010 was a big year for the Remedyverse. It's just that move just makes hard mode easy. That's how you turn this into easy mode. Simple as hail. Okay, let's make sure we collected everything in here. We got it. All right, we're good to go. We got a little bit of time to go. Hey there, buddy. What's going on? What's going on? So, who else wants to just troll people? Like, take her little hairpin and just pop it on the back of his head or something so when time unfreezes, they are really confused. I don't know. I mean, they'll never know one way or another. Just gotta have to play around with it. Alright, is my tea cool enough? Nope, that's still hot. Woo. Oh, that guy's... Alright, we got a Monarch Juggernaut. Let's go. He literally is called Juggernaut. I was about to make joking about that, but nope, that's true. That's literally what they're called. there's actually going to be, weirdly enough, a controlling tray coming up pretty soon. I gotta move. Nope, that direction. That guy. That guy needs to be hit. Okay, let's get our health back, and then we'll... These guys really aren't that bad once you know the trick to them. Just gotta slip in behind them, and then pop here, and then they're back. Oh god, that hurt. I think that's it. Yep, there we go. Definitely a pain in the ass, but they're not that bad if they're the only ones on the screen. The occasional overpowered robot. Yep, you gotta have the overpowered robot, let's be frank. Wait, there is something over here, though. Let's get some ammo. Yeah, you can definitely tell the Remedy reused some ideas from their enemy types here. I mean, even the ones that have the white Chronon gear that kind of like teleport around, but you can see their after image. Those are basically the taken from Alan Wake that were Speedy Gonzalez enemy types.
Hello?
Alright. Come on, let's pull me on up. I ascend!
We might be able to get out from here.
Cool. And hop. Let's go. I've fallen down this place way too many times. The platforming in this, in Remedy games, before Control, platforming in Alan Wake in this game were terrible.
Guessing this isn't the usual employee route.
I don't even know why they decided to put platforming in here. Control, Quantum Break, then Alan Wake. Oh, the speedy ones? I don't think they had the speedy ones in Control whatsoever. Oh, the ones... Yeah, I can see how the ones out of the Foundation that threw axes are kind of similar.
I knew that Monarch had technology to let their soldiers move in stutters, but this was bigger than that. Somehow, time flowed normally in that area. Suddenly, Monarch's lack of concern about time stopping made a hell of a lot more sense.
Alright, so yep, so they created artificial time, which is an amazing feat in and of itself, but we have these bad boys here. I forget what they're called, but we see these all throughout the Bureau, the oldest house. They were using this for synchronicity experiments. Basically, what the Bureau hypothesized is that if they set these up in all over the place, is once they get them synchronized, they would have inadvertent effects. For example, one experiment is they made a room, like a hotel room, and they set it up and decorated it identically to the other ones, and they were all over the world. So they would have one like Moscow, they'd have one in San Francisco, they would have one in Peru, they'd have one all over the place. And by setting it up in identical manners, they were testing to see if some weird synchronicity would happen where like they would flip the television channel and it would just randomly always click onto the same channel. What ended up actually happening is one member of the research team who was undergoing depression at the time, everyone else in the team all over the world started experiencing the exact same depression out of nowhere. Hey there, Oliver, how are you doing? Newton's Cradle? Okay, thank you, thank you. Why do they call it Newton's Cradle? Like, I've heard the term, I forgot it was attributed to this, but I don't know why it's called that. Hey there, fellow weirdo SCP, how you doing? Anyways, let's get moving. We'll talk more about that when we get to the Control playthrough.
Dr. Amaril's office must be close.
Oh, because of Newton's first law. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, guys, so I'm just going to be up front in this entire room right here. There is going to be a lot of reading, and I mean a lot. In terms of first law or the second law? I don't know. I just talked about the third law, so I know that one. Let's take a look. Here's first law of motion. Let's go real quick. Understand motion. Newton's first law of motion. There we go. The body remains in the state of rest, uniform motion in a straight line unless an external force is acted upon it. No, I think it might be the second one then. Unbalanced forces have motion. Imbalanced force acts upon to accelerate. Ah, great. We got more spam coming in here. Let me get rid of this. At least it's not the other weird spam that I've been seeing going around. Is it bad idea that we can just use a stream that consists of only... Is it bad enough that we can say this stream will consist of only reading? No, the second chapter of this act is going to have a lot of action. It's basically non-stop action.
No alarms. Looks like nobody here knows about the mess I made on the way in.
But there are a couple interesting tidbits
Nice job,
here.
Beth.
Okay, so it's just a little notice board. Please return all used cups to the kitchen. That's important. Return your cups so nobody has to die. Yep, sounds about what you put in an office space for sure. These are probably developers, just to be honest. It's just math. Sorry. Alright, let's take a look at this. Oh, I'm going to do everything we can that I find is relevant to the main plot. Anything that's fluff, I'll probably slip through, but whatever. Alright, Paul Serene has become preoccupied with the appearance of Jack Joyce. Joyce. He has put aside his engagements at tonight's gala in order to focus on some feeble attempt to convert Jack to our cause. That distraction presents us with the perfect opportunity to push our agenda. Tonight, we send Monarch into a state of chaos. Tonight, we ensure Paul Serene's downfall. Again, this is because we went with the personal junction is what's going on here that Clarice and Martin decided to go. Hey, balls to the walls, let's go for it. No worries, Val. Yeah, like that. I think that is the weakest part of the game. Is they tell way too much of the story in these documents rather than through the character's perspective. At least in Control, all the documents had nothing to do, or at least had very little to do with the main story. It was all world building. It was all stuff that was unrelated to Jesse's story, which is why we found it more interesting. But if reading these is directly needed to understand the full picture, that's when you're like, okay, let's go through this. Let's go. Alright, so I've managed to convince Paul to allow me to deliver the gala speech on his behalf, creating the perfect cover. Here's the steps. I will be delivering Paul's speech at the gala very soon. I've arranged for an inside resource to fire shots in my direction from a vantage point halfway through the speech, narrowly missing me on stage. This will throw the gala into a pandemonium and destabilize Monarch to a point where Paul's authority and control of the situation will be called into question. More immediately, we'll force Monarch to initiate security measures that will lead to Sophia Amaral being locked into a nearby Monarch villa for her protection. So the shooting at Martin Hatch, that was set up. It was staged. The whole thing was completely planned. Drone sabotage. Stetson will recalibrate drone A7's flight pattern and cause it to crash directly into the villa, killing Sophia Amaral, and therefore moving Paul Serene's only means of developing the treatment necessary for his sickness. So not only has he staged the shooting, but he's also set it up so that he can assassinate Sophia. He's a little busy little bee right now. Treatment demolition. In the aftermath of Amaral's death, I will head an investigation that will allow me to gain access to Dr. Kim's lab where the entirety of Paul's treatments are kept. Demolition charges will be planted and every single treatment will be destroyed. With no further treatments forthcoming, Paul will be rendered helpless. With the stutters happening more and more often, I predict that Paul's sickness will take hold within 6 hours of these events. Only then we will make our final move. So this is literally a coup de grace right here on Martin's part. Alright, next room. Really, bro? How do you trip? There's literally no threshold right there. No, let's just move these. Oh, your TPS reports, I'm sorry. Okay, let's just move all these over here so you don't have them. It'll look really funny when time resumes. Joyce in custody. Okay, so here's some more emails between Beth and Fiona. Just got a weird word that Jack Joyce is in Monarch's custody, walked right into the mansion on Gull Island and gave himself up. What the hell are you two up to? Alright, so this is, again, just them going back and forth about Jack turning himself in and what the plan is at the end of the day. So we can skip through here. A coup? Yeah, coup de grace. Coup d'etat. I think that's the term. I think a coup is just a shortened version of a coup d'etat. Instructions for tonight. Alright, it appears we have overtaken... who's all on this one? It's just multiple team leads. Gotcha. It appears we have been overtaken by events and we will have to adjust our plans accordingly. As you are no doubt aware, we now have Jack Joyce in custody. He gave himself up early tonight. As Mr. Serene has a personal interest in Joyce and the information he might have, he will be interrogating him at the detention center on the island. Coup de grace. Like, I don't know the difference between the two, I'll be 100% honest. No, we haven't been giving any information about the final state of Chronon sickness yet, Oliver. Don't worry about it. We won't say anything about it. Unfortunately, this means that Mr. Serene cannot be there for the speech he was scheduled to give at the gala event tonight, so I will have to stand in for him. I have some new security requirements pertaining to that, but I will discuss those specifically with the individuals in person. Furthermore, be aware that in addition to Joyce, we also have Liam Burke held at the detention center. Despite his long service to Monarch, Burke is now to be considered hostile and has already done quite a bit of damage to us. I shouldn't have to say this, but just be absolutely clear, any orders given by him should be ignored. Please ensure that Joyce is ready for Mr. Serene. Also, please bear in mind that Joyce is Chronon active and extremely dangerous. He has been giving himself up voluntarily, so it's entirely possible he does not intend to cause trouble. But let's make sure we're prepared if he does. We don't know his motivations, and I will not put it past him to use his surrender as a means to exact a hidden agenda. Okay, so the coup d'etat is what I'm referring to then. Not in terms of a government, but in terms of the company itself. So it semi-applies. Oh yeah, there's a Chronon source down there that I'm finding.
That's
Where is... Oh, I think it's downstairs. Cfr Briefing. Okay, we know this is not only story that's wrong. So this one just basically goes over the CFR. That's going to be the little Hedron-looking orange and white device that we saw earlier. Basically, I'm not going to read through the whole thing. Basically, what we need to know is that Dr. Henry Kim was working on it. However, that was based upon William Joyce's work. And they need to have the CFR in order to regulate, it's the Chronon field regulator, to regulate the field of artificial time. The entirety of the lifeboat protocol is dependent upon this CFR being present. Otherwise, they can't keep time moving. Here at Monarch, for their scientists to work the problem. No worries, Draco. We're not too far in, really. We just kind of been wandering around for a little bit, reading a bunch of documents, and we went down into Monarch's bat cave, so to speak. And we're just getting information on the lifeboat protocol currently. These are going to be a bunch of pulse scans right here, talking about the symptoms of his disease.
That there looks like what Beth wanted. Oh, shit. Emerald's at the party. The stutter won't last. I better find a way out of here and get to the party.
Yeah, so essentially, Draco, we were in custody over here at Monarch HQ, and Beth snuck in, got us out, and we wandered in to an elevator that took us down into the bowels of their organization, and we're just wandering around right now. Not much really past that. Okay, more information on Shifter. Slide 1. Much of what we know about the shifters is theoretical, based upon observations made by Mr. Serene and the limited experimentation we have been able to conduct on the only subject we have managed to capture. They do not seem to have a stable physical presence. Rather, the data we are gathering appears to be fragmented and contradictory, as if there were countless versions of the subject occupying the same space. Again, quantum superposition. I need to play the Shantae games, Draco. They look like fun. Like I like platformers in general, so I think I'll get a kick out of it. Where was I? Gathered peers, fragmented contradictory, same space. Our current theory is that they somehow exist in a persistent state of quantum superposition, or, to put another way, with references to the famous Schrodinger's cat thought experiment, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. The full mechanics and implications of this exceed our current understanding, but on a practical level, it seems to make them highly resistant to injury. It appears that even if the shifter encounters deadly force, it may kill one of its aspects, but because it exists in multiple iterations of itself, including iterations that were not killed by force, it does not stop. Current theory suggests that the only way to stop a shifter is to cause its wave function to collapse from the superposition to a single eigenstate. I think that's how you say it, eigenstate. In practical terms, the shifter must be affected with deadly force enough times for it to run out of healthy versions of itself. As such, direct confrontation with the shifter should be the last resort. Okay. So basically, to unpack that, even if we were confronted by a shifter, if you kill it, doesn't matter because it exists in an infinite set of realities simultaneously. So it just pulls one version of itself that's still alive and it takes its own place. There's next to no way to take it down, and what they're suggesting here is you condense the wave function so that it can only exist in one reality at once, kill it, and then you're good. But you have to force it into that collapsed waveform state. How to do that? Who freaking knows? You recently played Hollow Knight and was legit blown away by the music of the story. The music is absolutely incredible, and it definitely has that archaeological storytelling, which I do enjoy. Security Breach released yesterday, and it looks amazing compared to the past games. What is that? FNAF Security Breach? I don't know what that is. Oh, crap. I didn't read the rest of it. Slide 2. Contact with the shifter is extremely dangerous. We know that they are essentially mobile repositories of vast amounts of chronon particles, and that they can only exist in a zero state, an area which has been depleted of chronon particles, typically by a fault in the Meyer-Joyce field that encompasses the universe. Colloquially, we refer to these as stutters in time. We also know that shifters are hostile to any source of non-chronon particles other than themselves within stutters, so any chronon-active individual within a stutter may find themselves targeted by the shifters. It appears that movement in stutters, by which we mean very movement of particles within the space which allows time to flow, not merely the movement of an individual, disturbs them, and they respond with considerable aggression. So they exist in a state where there is no time, so if anything moves, it disrupts that illusion and it pisses them off. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's, gotcha. So basically keep killing it until it's fully dead. Yes, that's one way to take care of it, or collapse it so it only exists as one individual, rather than a infinite versions of itself. Yeah, these things, Andre, are freaking... They are terrifying. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. And this is a lot of the art research and development that Monarch is doing is done with the intention to counteract these shifters. They essentially exist in a state of zero time, so they are, like, you can argue they're all around. I don't know. I don't even know if that's true. No, let me. Where do they come from? Anybody who I can't say. We'll talk about that later, Jason. It'll be spoilers if I talk about where they come from. Yeah. I thought I'd be able to talk about it, but I can't, unfortunately. Okay, stutter-proofing technology Monarch Solutions has advanced to offer solid protection against shifters. Time flows normally within a stutter-proofed area, so shifters simply cannot exist within them. Therefore, as long as stutter-proofing remains active, shifters are not a problem. However, stutter-proofing a large area outside areas is not feasible given our chronon particle budget, so we have developed our technology to defend against shifters, the Chrono Dampeners. The Chrono Dampener works by annihilating free-floating chronon particles within a specified area. As shifters form or hypersaturated with chronon particles, they cannot enter the area in which a chronon dampener is active without their wave function collapsing. Therefore, our operations in the field have a solid portable defense against shifters. Okay, so there we go. So they basically use the Chrono Dampener, and as long as the shifter is within its radius, it collapses the wave function. You can kill him, and boom, permanent death. Gotcha. Sounds like someone is going to have a bad time when you find one. You know one's going to show up when that... Yeah, you know one's going to show up at some point. Our own technology is shielded against the dampener's effects, so activities and stutters undertaken by our strikers and other operatives are not hindered. However, as an unfortunate side effect, the dampeners have a crippling effect on individuals who are chronon active without the aid of technology. So, that's us, as well as Serene here. Accordingly, should Mr. Serene be present, you should always make him aware of your intentions before activating a dampener. You may rest assured that the dampener is not powerful enough to do actual physical harm to Serene, whose system constantly reproduces new chrono particles to replace the ones that are lost. But as the dampener's effect are unpleasant and enervating? I'd say aggravating, personally. Anyways, such an encounter is likely to lead to an awkward conversation about the future career prospects. Okay, I'm gonna fire you for pulling that kind of shit with me. Crazy amount of coordination. It would take a lot to actually kill them. Is it possible to create chronological bullets? Like it fully stop those shifters, or I'm talking nonsense? Well, technically speaking, we've already seen in the game that you can have time bullets. If we remember all the way back to Act 1 of Time Knife, Paul Marine decided to make time bullets. And this is totally not relevant to anything. I just wanted to torture people. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, come on. Seriously, my tea is still burning hot. Oh, there we go. I can finally drink some. Okay. Perfectly. Never mind, it's not hot. I can drink it. Hey there, Rodin. How you doing? Okay, set that down. Next section. Okay, projected fracture progression. Okay, this is an important part of it that's going to play into the end of the game, so we're going to go through the whole thing as well. We've looked at the preliminary data on the frequency and severity of the stutters and crunched the numbers, and the results are alarming. Our original projections, which gave us years until the fracture reached the point where time breaks down, completely does not match up with the progression of stutters we are experiencing. Put simply, the stutters are happening more and more frequently, clearly indicating that the Monarch Juggernaut field is breaking down much faster than we thought. Taking the rate of acceleration, we can hypothesize that we might have as little as 24 hours until we reach the end of time, or to the point at which time stops and no longer starts up again. We do not know why the original projection was wrong, and why that data, which we do consider reliable, coming as it does come from... Wow. I need to slow down. Coming as it does from Mr. Serene, whoever wrote that just seems weird tongue twisters, seems to entirely contradict our current findings. Regardless, the main issue seems clear. In order to achieve Monarch Solutions' stated goals, the lifeboat protocol should be activated ASAP. Oh boy. So, I say so a lot. Paul went to the end of time. He knows what the timeline of when it's supposed to occur is. This is the yellow graph is his original projections, but for some reason what's actually happening is the red, the adjusted projections. Things are not playing out as Paul saw it. And that brings up another whole host of questions of why. Why is this happening at a faster rate than Paul saw it, even though he's actually been to the future and you would assume knows exactly what's going to happen? I think I played the first Prince of Persia. Yeah, it's been a long time. A buddy of mine was really obsessed with it back on the GameCube, I believe. No, this is not the equation we fixed earlier. This is just a projection for when a match, basically marking down the degradation of the Monarch Juggernaut field, aka time. Oh god, yes, Prince of Persia is a time knife. Oh Jesus. Who knows? That might have actually been why they mentioned it in this game.
The Admiral had tried to warn Paul. The end of time was approaching quickly. Less than 24 hours away.
Mr. Serene believed it would take years to run its course. Admittedly, he was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Now, this one, I actually might have an entire video just on this one here. So this is a dream journal that Paul was writing and sent over to Sophia. Because you know me and how I love to analyze dreams. I'm not going to say what caused it to speed up or slow down or what happened. Or why the projection's wrong. I mean, it's entirely possible that Paul was just incorrect, or time can be changed, or something else happened. I'm not going to help. So, with dream journals, I love it. I love it. It gives us a good look into his psyche. Alright, with Jack Joyce in our custody, I thought it relevant to forward you a message you sent me years ago. Do not underestimate the significance he holds in your life. I understand your concern that he is reluctant to accept the inevitability of what is coming. However, when he sees the whole picture, he'll have no choice but to believe. We all had our doubts once. You showed us the light. Give him time. Alright, so this is the first. There's actually 2 separate dream journals we find for Paul in this. Sophia, as promised in our latest session, I am now going to transcribe what I recall from my dreams. I still have doubts that this exercise will help alleviate my symptoms, but I'm willing to explore the ideas further if you truly believe in its merit. For someone who is not a medical doctor, let alone a mental health professional, you seem to take a great interest in my thoughts. Not that I don't appreciate it. Oh, shoot. Go back. Here's my first attempt. Yeah. Hold on, let me get a little bit of tea. My throat's getting a little sore. Like I said, this entire section is nothing but reading. I recall a haunting image of 7 red doors. Each door has a wrought iron handle that was dripping liquid metal onto the ground, creating a pool in the middle of the room. I looked down into the aqueous metallic glow at my feet to see my own glimmering reflection, revealing that I had aged half a lifetime. Startled, I looked back up to discover that only one door remained. Jack Joyce stood in front of it. The heat in the room was overwhelming. Jack was sweating profusely, his skin red and peeling open. He begged me to take him back home, but there was no door leading home. I opened the only door left and entered, discovered that we were back in the same room we had just exited. He refused to come to terms with this and opened the door again. I followed him over and over as he desperately opened the doors, forever leading us back to where we started. The heat grew and he howled in pain, begging to know why I made the other doors disappear, where there's only one path. He begged me to bring the other doors back. He begged me to take him home. The iron pool burst into flames. Jack screamed in agony. I grabbed him, told him that we need to learn to endure the heat, to embrace the flames. I knew it would come to pass eventually, but the only way to survive it was to accept its inevitability. My body began swaying rapidly, dancing to the movement of the flames around me until my bones faded out of existence and I surrendered to the fire until we were one and the same. I was no longer one being, one place and time. My life force spread evenly across the flames until I was no longer an individual in one body, but a grander, shifting entity. I could feel Jack being consumed with my essence. I felt a power within the heat, a clarity of intent. I forgot about my desire to ever return from the flames, because the body that once desired to return was lost forever. I became the very thing that I entered, and it became me, a cyclical fury chasing itself, Ouroboros. I woke up in a cold sweat and quickly wrote down the words that poisoned my mind in that moment. Delmore Schwartz was right. Time is the fire. Now let me pull that up. I forgot to bring it up early. I think that's a quote from a poem somewhere. Yeah, I think it's called a poem called "Calmly We Walk Through This April's Day" by Delmore Schwartz. Is the full poem. I'm not going to read it all right now since we've been doing a lot of reading, but if you're curious, you can look it up and see what they're talking about within it. So essentially my interpretation of this is the first room that has 7 doors. Those are all the different paths he could take. But one by one, he made the doors disappear until he only had one more path he can go on to. He rejected all other options. Fire itself is going to be a symbol for time. So by allowing time to literally burn his entire existence away, he becomes one with it and exists across time. This is kind of a very poetic prophecy of what may happen to him. Yeah, he even used the terms shifting entity. Absolutely. Yeah, I read through the poem again. That's called "Calmly We Walk Through This April's Day." I read it like a year ago. I forgot what it's all about though. So this may give you a lot of foreshadowing on what may happen with Paul. Be consumed by the flames. Alright, guys. This lady's playing Alan Wake. And she's singing Children of the Elder Gods by the Old Gods of Asgard. Why? Why is this a thing? Seriously, we've already established that he's a real author in this setting with books laying around, but now there's the actual video games here. Why? Exactly, Alia. Exactly, Canadian. Why is this here? Even more reasons why the Easter eggs for Alan in this game make no goddamn sense. Yes, SCP, freaking really. Oh my god. It makes no sense. Like, there's a blackboard with a literary lecture about Alan. You have a trailer for him. Then you have his actual books. The characters know him. And now there's a video game. What is happening? He becomes time itself or an avatar of it. We'll talk again about that entire topic by the time we get to the end. Okay, what is this entire thing? It's been brought to my attention that there are some confusion as to the reason for the upcoming events at the Gala and Gull Island. I understand that some feel that the celebration is frivolous, even misguided in the aftermath of last night's events at the Riverport University. Lady, stop singing next to me. But your cat is adorable. Let's be honest, that little black cat right there is adorable. Okay, last night's events at Riverport University now present steadily advancing fracture in time. These concerns are understandable, but they are missing the bigger picture. Monarch Solutions is now entering a phase in which the true purpose will be fulfilled. We have finally arrived at the moment for which we have spent years preparing. The purpose is twofold. First of all, for those selected to be part of the Lifeboat Protocol. Okay, so this is basically just going over, we're going to have a group of scientists using the CFR. We're going to create an artificial time pocket. They're going to work the problem, try to find a solution. And only certain people are given information or know about what this is going to happen. My grammar is terrible today. Everyone forgive me. I don't know why I cannot speak. Like, I'm slurring my words half the time, too. It's really weird. And that's essentially all that we're going over in this section. She does have good taste in games, Val. I 100% agree with that. I think, I'm with you on this, Jason. I think Alan is just trying to get noticed. I think that's the biggest issue, is that because there's no rhyme or reason with how Alan Wake stuff is showing up. I literally think he's just sending, like, smoke signals out. Trying to get someone to say, hey, yeah, what about that guy? That phrase was actually used in American Nightmare. There is a manuscript from the Return manuscript in American Nightmare where he says that he has sent out smoke signals before. So something like this is not unheard of for him.
Quite expensive piece of tech you stole.
Bill me. I knew Beth's cover wouldn't last long. Had to get it to her at the party before it was too late.
Oh, Mr. signed a deal with Microsoft to get a video game of his story made? Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Wait, didn't we already see a man that was made of superpositions of himself? Dr. Kim? Yes, we have, actually. Dr. Kim would be considered a shifter. We've already established this earlier on, but now we get details on what a shifter actually is. Okay, time machine stuff. I have been informed that the time machine core we obtained from the university has reached Monarch HQ safely and is currently being installed into the new time machine corridor system we have constructed there. As you know, the core of the time machine is the time machine. The corridor around it is merely a user interface. This means, of course, that once the installation work is complete, we have effectively moved the time machine from the university into the Monarch HQ. That said, we do not intend to use it. Let me repeat that we have no current plans to use the machine. We are not sure how safe it would be to use, given that its initial activation has caused the fracture. I personally believe that now that the core has been activated, further use would be safe. But make no mistake, this is a hypothesis, not proven fact. We know that the machine taps into the universal Jack Joyce field, and somehow that connection has caused a fracture in the field, apparently because of the misconfiguration. We are looking into the specifics, but until we know for sure, it would be irresponsible to use the machine. Alright, so yeah, she's just telling him flat out, don't use it, we're bringing it here, don't use the damn thing. What's up, girl? Alright, so this is literally just Charlie trying to hit on Fiona and making plans about tonight. Which, unfortunately, that date turned out badly when he found out that she was literally just using him and milking him for information. Alright. So I think that's, with the exception of that Chronon... Yep, we got one Chronon source and we're done here. What if in Alan Wake 2 you get to play as Mr. Hunting Alan? Oh god, that'd be weird. I mean, I'd love to see more of that character, but I don't think it's going to be the same one we got in American Nightmare. It's probably going to be a different version of him. Okay. Hi there, buddy. I want to give you a high five.
The Monarch combat gear was unwieldy. What I'd taken from Dr. Amaral's office was much lighter. Almost like a civilian model.
Almost like an HRA? Oh! Yeah, yeah, Fox. I mean, it's crazy how these little things... It can make us go crazy trying to figure out why this is all here, these little Easter eggs. Now that we know officially that the connected universe is a thing, the only reason I tried to shy away from the Quantum Break connections a little bit is because, again, it's Microsoft's IP. They can't use it. Alright, we made it to Act 2. Let's go onwards. That'd be nuts. You don't know you're playing Scratch. You start playing murdering people. Here's like, well, this isn't what Alan would do. Turns out, actually, you were playing Alan the entire time and didn't know it. Alan went crazy. Alright, lifeboat presentation. Location at the Monarch HQ. Sealed access activated. Completely star-approved. Maintained with chronon particle source from ground zero. A twofold purpose, guarantee human survival, and race to find a way to restart time. Limited capacity, so only chosen people with vital skills are allowed in. So the vast majority of Monarch is not going to be invited into the lifeboat protocol, and don't even have no clue about what it is to begin with. They have no idea what they're doing here. Okay, more documentation. Has been transported. So this is just getting information that the time machine has been transported for Paul. So that's all we got.
Oh, dude, come on, you're at work.
Yeah, dude, you're at work here. What were we just looking at? So this guy's on currently browsing a dating site for religious singles. Come on, dude, you're at work. You're that bored during an official presentation that you're sitting there on a dating site. Anyways, moving onwards.
Garage. Sounds like the way out of this place.
We want to travel to 2023. The quicker we get to 2023, the quicker we get Alan Wake 2. Yes! Okay, question for all you guys. If you had time powers, what would you do? First thing you do? Oh, that's why you said travel to 2023. I don't know. I have no clue. Maybe figure out good stock picks. Because the quicker I win the lottery or win it big in the stock market, the quicker I can retire and just spend time working on the fun things in life. Okay. Yeah, like, I wouldn't want to know about the future either, Val. Like, advanced knowledge is as much you're like, oh, that's great. It's getting boring. Personally. I mean, what's the point of reading a book if you already know how it ends? The fun is not knowing what's going to happen and experiencing it for the first time. It's good drama, even the good and the bad. It's good drama. It's very Eastern philosophy in that sense.
All I had to do was make it through the garage. Seems simple enough.
Yeah, simple enough. And stutter is going to collapse. Well, that's it. Hi there.
What the fuck? Alert! We found Joyce!
Jack Joyce has escaped custody and is now garage. Repeat, Jack Joyce has
Hello there. Ooh,
is to be neutral.
right in the face.
Roger that. Light him up.
Hi there. Hi there. Oh, I missed him. There he is. Hi there. Now that we have all the time powers... Oh, crap. That did not work. There's almost no excuse to get tackled at this point. Badass! Yes, we were in the middle of a stutter the entire time. That's why no one was moving. Now the stutter broke. We're in real time again. Alright, Quantum Ripple, guys. And I apologize in advance, but we will have to listen to this entire Quantum Ripple.
Adventures in
It is called Erotic Thriller.
Adventures in Flesh by L. Hakola. Chapter 11, Submission. When Archibald finally descended into his basement, his dungeon, he looked calm and collected in stark contrast to my distress. He was still dressed in his impeccable suit of softest velvet, wearing the horn-rimmed glasses that gave him an air of indisputable authority. Behind those glasses were his eyes, and
Really?
those eyes glinted with feverish anticipation.
I never knew that eyes were
squirmed
behind
to my
glasses.
restraints. So, he said, here we are.
Here we
You're
are.
gagged and helpless.
You're gagged and helpless.
I can't wait to send my adventurer party into the darkest dungeon, located in the soft, damp underbelly of your citadel. He paused
We did. We found 50 Shades of Grey, Kenyatta.
and I brought along my 10-foot pole.
My 10-foot pole? Why?
I squirmed again. He laughed long and hard. Yes,
Okay, I can't even listen to it.
by L.
I'm sorry, I can't even listen to that. It's just so bad.
Is someone playing
Submission.
an audio
When
book over the
Archibald
radio?
finally
Whoever
descended
that is,
into
shut it
his
off
basement,
now.
his dungeon,
I think I'll
he
just leave
looked
that right there.
calm and collected
Somebody find out where
in
that's coming
stark
from. This is
contrast
supposed to be a
to
secure
my
channel.
Yep, so the entire Monarch comms that are trying to find us, we just decided to open the comms and put an erotic audiobook next to it. So that's all they're hearing.
wearing the horn.
They're listening all about that submission story. Okay, let's move onwards. I want to pretend that never happened. Let's get some bleach and get rid of it. Where are we at? Sorry, I'm trying to find out where we are in my collectibles list. Okay, I know where we're at. What does this have to do with anything? Nothing, Val! The only thing that has to do with anything is that now all of Monarch, as they're trying to locate me, has to listen to that. And they're really annoyed. It's a scary movie, the erotic version? Oh my god. Oh, hi there.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm sorry, bro, but you're not gonna be able to stop me here. Boom. Done.
That was close.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
So essentially no one's going to want to use the comms anymore. They're like, you know what? I'm not listening to this bullshit. While we're here, let's go ahead and get some upgrades. I definitely want to increase extra activation. No, I think I want an extra time stop. No, the extra size will be good. And time rush, increase the focus, and multiple takedowns, which we can't do yet.
Beth, I got that device for you, but Dr. Emerald's at the party.
Yeah, I just spotted her. Wanna be my date?
Yes.
Yeah, save me that cocktail weenie. I'll make my way there.
You see, Hatch getting shot at was an insider job. Might create a window for us, but Serene is looking for you. Remember what we said. I'll keep him occupied, but switch to the Monarch frequency to make sure you stay out of his crosshairs.
Okay, I'll see you at the party.
Honestly, I don't think I'd want immortality. For the some of the reasons you guys brought up is, one, you would eventually become nihilistic to the point where you don't want to form attachments to anybody because you know you're going to watch them slowly fade away, and it'll just be heartbreaking each and every time. And two, eventually you'll get bored. There's only eventually you've done everything you can do in a couple lifetimes. I think 2 lifetimes maybe you can get everything done, but for the most part, you just, at least in my head, I'd get bored after a while. I'd want to go try out the next new thing. Again, death is the next great adventure. What, you don't want to have an erotic fanfiction of Time Knife? Come on. It's what everybody wants these days. I don't know where anything's at right now. Goodbye. Oh, the frames get really bad during those sections. Hi-yah. Okay, that's not good. Let's get around here. I missed. Am I out? I'm out of ammo. No, I'm not going to take cover because I don't trust him. Bye-bye now. Hey, you, over here. Hi. What else do we got? I think there is... Let's get an SMG. I think there's one more guy. Yep, there's the big boy. Oh, God. That was bad. Wow, I'm not doing good at this. This is bad. A lot of my abilities are gone right now. There we go. And boom. Bye-bye now.
It's over. That's the last of them.
Time is the fire in which we burn. Thank you, Evo. Yeah, Tire is the school in which we learn. Time is the fire in which we burn. So it's directly referencing the entire concept. Thank you. Thank you for posting that. Yeah, I remember reading that, but I could not recall the exact wording, so thank you. The frames look good on your end. Okay, that's fine. What's going on, bro? Looking forward to a lecture. Yeah, so the next one's going to be coming out basically as soon as the stream ends, and it will be focused on Quantum Break. Right now, I'm on a 2-week cycle for getting edited videos out, and that's never going to change. Right now, for the most part, these streams are just to fill in the gaps, so we get more content in between those times.
And you're back for some quality time with Bobby Radford.
Bobby!
Hope you're doing okay tonight, Riverport. It's been a pretty freaky day.
Yep.
I'm kind of hoping things will calm down now. I'd sure like to go back to normal, but these events behind us. Personally, I feel like that ain't gonna happen, you know? Ain't no going back to normal. Back in the day, I used to think that Monarch was good news for this town. It brought in a lot of jobs, and I don't know if you remember it, but man, did we need those jobs bad. Unfortunately, that came with a price tag, and we're paying for it now. Now, they're playing those classic corporate games where they keep screwing us. And they lie about it, and they deny responsibility. And even if somebody manages to nail their asses to the wall for it, they'll just lawyer up and wiggle off the hook somehow. Hell, that's business as usual in America, folks. You get used to that. It's what they all do in the end, one way or another. But Monarch, I keep flashing back to how Monarch security boys work people over at the university. How maybe they did worse than that. Shit. We used to cops getting away with that. But these guys don't even have badges. That kind of thing, it just don't sit right with Bobby, Riverport. And it shouldn't sit right with you. So get off your ass and do something about it. Call your councilman now.
Alright, so we got a call to action. Again, remember, one of the things we did know was going to happen with the hardline is that the town would turn on Monarch, and Bobby's a big part in making that happen. But while we're here, we also got part 2.
Good evening, Riverport. It's Teresa here again. I've got a fresh bagel and a big cup of coffee and a perfectly lovely audience. And everything's all right in my world. Why don't you give me a call and tell me how things are going in yours? We can... Oh, that was quick. That's our first caller on the line. Hey, caller, you're on the air with Teresa.
Hey, Teresa, it's Spencer.
Hi, Spencer. What's going on with you?
Not much. Cooking spaghetti, listening to you. Just wanted to say hi to my husband, starting his shift at Fire Station 12.
Well, let's hope he's listening. Thanks for that, Spencer. Let's go to our next call. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Gail.
Nice to hear from you, Gail. What's on your mind?
Well, my boyfriend was at the protest last night, and he hasn't come home.
Oops, looks like we lost Gail there.
Oh, yeah, you totally lost her.
Well, let's take a little look at the weather. It's a nice fall evening with clear skies and that lovely crisp autumn air. What could be better than that? Just a nice quiet moment we can all enjoy.
Yeah, they totally did not just hang up in there. Nope, 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 public. You're not allowed to listen to that. Yeah. Boyfriend did get bodied. Sus as hell. And the weird thing is, if you pay attention long enough, if you're looking at real-world media, you'll start to notice weird stuff like that happening, too. Where they'll just be like, oh, cut to black. Cut the feed.
I need the exact coordinates for Joyce ASAP. Monarch Actual is moving in to intercept.
This is Home Guard 5. Just spotted him entering the tunnel system outside the party grounds.
Beth?
I'm on my way. He took out my entire squad. Requesting immediate backup.
Thanks,
here.
Beth.
Attention all units. Reroute to the tunnels immediate.
Negative. Seal off all exit points, but I go in alone. He's mine.
Nice work.
Yep, Beth just sent them all in the wrong direction. So Jesse, Jack, Dylan, Alex, and Alan all in one room. Probably the funniest and creepiest interaction we've seen in a video game. That would be so much fun. It'd just be so freaking random. I mean, Alan would be like, hey, that's my guy. Oh, look. Well, you're you. Well, I can do time. Actually, check out, if you go to the main page of my channel, you'll see some of the art at the top, and it shows all of those characters in a classroom together, essentially. I think that was Wrist, was the artist that worked on that with me. Freaking amazing work.
Huh. Again.
Alright, so we got you. Let's get on up. And with those two, we now can officially get the time rush that I want. Multiple takedowns. Perfect. Check Nietzsche's eternal return concept when you'll have time. Take it easy. Alright, thanks, Matt. Let me go just pull that up on another tab real quick. Eternal return. Nietzsche. Yep. Okay, I'll read that after stream's over. For the fun of it. We'll give a reason for the same actors. That would be interesting if they did give us a reason for it.
I had to find a way to get there.
Okay, let's switch the page here.
I could see the energy field of another Monarch Chrono Dampener. It would drain my powers. I'd have to find a way to shut it off.
Wait. Hold on, I think my dog's scratching to get out. 2 seconds, I'll be right back. And we are back. Look at the sky. Do you see it turn red for a second? Oh, I mean all this stuff right here? Yeah, that's going to be the Chrono Dampener. The particle effects from the Chrono Dampener. It basically turns off all of our Chrono abilities. Yeah, he is a mix between... The puppy, he's a mix between a Catahoula Hound, a lab, and a pit, I believe.
I better be careful.
My roommate adopted it from the shelter. Alright, so we officially have no time powers in this entire section. And I have no... Crap, I don't have any ammo. I need to find a backpack.
Security's tight. Maybe you want to shut that machine off.
Yeah, I want to get that off so we can actually do stuff. Come on, drop all the way down so I can climb up. I can't even scan to see where they're all located at right now. Damn it. The second I moved, he saw me. Alright, there's a backpack right there. There we go. Now I can actually do something. Okay, I gotta get this Chrono Dampener turned off, otherwise I'm kind of screwed here. Nothing there, nothing there. Okay, so we gotta go this direction. Okay, there's a guy up top, there's a guy over there. I know where it's... Oh, crap! I can't fast dodge right here. Okay, it's right there in front of us. Turn it off, turn it off. Yeah. Perfect. We're safe now. Or not safe, but safer. We gotta get the guy up top. He's the one taking pot shots at me. Unfortunately, I can't freeze these guys because they all got Chrono tech on. Where is the guy? There he is. Okay. We got a shotgun. We'll take this guy out with it. Oh crap, that's not working. Okay, get out of the way. That's bad. Sound design is as strong as I remember. Yeah, it's great in here. There we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get our backpack and get
You
our
were
ammo
headed
up
for
again.
the party. What was your plan?
I needed to get to Dr. Amaral before the stutter ended and Monarch found out I was coming.
Guess that's one way to take care of it. Okay. Cell phone back of the truck. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, I was forgetting where we were located at. This direction, that's where we
Gotta be a
go.
way to get past that gate.
Blitzers the guys that can move through times. We still don't have a name for them. I think they're it. Like, I know there's a name for them, I just don't know what it is. Really, at the end of the day, they're just using Chrono tech. Actually, hold on. Oh, why am I yawning? Come on. Come on. Okay, that's not gonna work. Maybe do it from here. I think I have to literally hop on top of it. What? Just, you literally just... Well, that was some Looney Tunes level bullshit right there. Okay, let's try to do this again and not mess up. Perfect. So this is a time dead zone. Yeah, it's basically a dead zone that we just got through. Those Chrono Dampeners just added difficulty.
This is the only tunnel entrance Joyce could have entered through.
Secure the exit. I'm going in alone.
Sir, you're sure you don't want support?
We've seen what Jack can do. I'm the only one who can stop him. If he gets to the mainland, we lose him for good. Secure the exit.
I didn't go through there. Beth lied to you. Sorry. I think it's interesting that they use these tetrahedrons or these pyramids as the particle effects for movement of time. I watched a documentary recently where they're talking about Planck level matter, and that shape is hypothesized to be the most basic unit of matter. I mean, smaller than subatomic particles, smaller like when you get down to the Planck scale. I don't recall exactly what it was, the relevance was, but this exact shape was what they were using to describe it, so I think that's interesting. Personally, Jason, I don't think Alan... I don't think that there's any real lore reason why the characters sound the same. It's really just Remedy and Joyce using the same actors, in my opinion.
Beth should be here somewhere.
I mean, we can theorize
Need to
about
get to her before
a
the stutter
connection,
ends.
but I don't think we're really going to get anything more than just, hey, it's cool, we got the same actors. Holy fuck, someone just took a shot at Hatch. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Calls aren't going through. Get back to me and tell me you're safe. Yep, no real shots fired.
A traitor fired shots during Mr. Hatch's speech. I assume this was Beth Wilder.
We both know it wasn't. Hatch wanted to send Monarch into a state of disarray. Best way to avoid blame? Look like the target.
Yep. Okay, sorry, just taking my tea bag out. I was getting a little too strong. Hello there. Probably because he's the shooter and doesn't give a fuck. Alright, let's head on up. Oh, there's Beth. Hey there, lady. Exactly, gotta turn yourself into escape because no one's gonna suspect the victim, right?
What the? Easy, 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 Beth. Hey. It's okay. It's me.
Jesus.
First time seeing it?
Look at all this.
Oh, this
an HRA. I mean a Chronon, portable Chronon regulator.
No idea. I've been shooting up half a Paul's little amusement park.
Yeah, well, Monarch does. I don't think my cover's gonna last.
Yeah, and it's the same device that Charlie currently has from the TV show. The exact same thing.
Okay, Dr. Amaral somewhere inside the mansion. Let's go grab her. Bit of luck, we can be gone before anybody notices.
I think it's the same reason that he was able to get William moving forward in Stutter as well, is just exposure to Chronon radiation. Working around Monarch long enough, she's probably at least been exposed to low levels amounts of it. Amy never has been. So it's not going to work for her. That's the best explanation I can really get, frankly. Alright, Fiona's cocktail sword. Get Charlie drunk enough to access the lab. So someone gave her those instructions. Get Charlie drunk enough. And it's most likely going to be Beth here that gave her the instructions on that. Okay, let's see. I think we got everything here. Yep, we're almost done. We only got 2 more items. Yeah, like,
what's our plan once we grab her?
It is obvious that this isn't like HRAs or redesign of this device.
Okay, we can make that work.
All right, guys. Let me get some tea. Are you guys ready for the best part of the game? I know everyone has been secretly waiting for this to happen. Act 2 of Time Knife. Let's do this. Oh, boy. Fox, you can mute it for a second if you really want to. As soon as we close out of this screen, you're good to come back if you don't want to listen. Let's go. Okay. Hey, Sophia. Still haven't gotten any notes back from you on the first half of my screenplay, but I'm finished with the second half now, so I'll send it your way. Let me know what you think. Time Knife by Bruce Livingston. Act 2. Oh my god. Alright. Bruce had just left... Oh, sorry, I didn't even read that right. Bruce had just had his best friend killed by his boss, Paul Marine. Bruce now has a time knife that sends things through time if he stabs them. He is going to Paul Marine's wedding now to tell his girlfriend, Sophie, not to marry him because he's a real shitty guy. You don't know this meme? Okay, so basically this guy wrote up a screenplay that mimics the plot of the game, and he's doing it to try to hit on Sophia and get her attention, and it's terrible. It's absolutely cringy and terrible, but we need this. We need this in our life. All right, into the wedding building day. I promise I haven't been drinking. I don't know why I'm slurring my words like this. It is a wedding. Paul Marine and his girlfriend Sophine are getting married. Sophine is really attractive. If most girls are ham sandwiches, then she's a 16-ounce steak. Bruce enters the wedding building. Stop! Bruce, I'm so happy you came. You can't marry Paul Marine. He's a real shitty guy. He's lying. I'm not. He killed my best friend with time bullets. That's not possible. Time travel doesn't exist yet. Yeah, that's what they want us to think, but I actually have a knife that is also a time machine and sends people through time when I stab them. I don't want to believe you, but that doesn't make sense. I want to believe you, but that doesn't make sense. I will prove it. Bruce grabs Sophine's mom. Here's a bunch of money for lottery tickets. Bruce gives Sophine's mom a bunch of money for lottery tickets. He stabs her with a time knife, but gently, so not violently, just so that she will travel through time. She disappears. Sophine's mom enters the wedding building. She's now wearing different clothes. He is right. He stabbed me gently with a time knife, and I was sent to the past. He also gave me a bunch of money, which I could use to buy lottery tickets that I knew I would win, and now I have $1 million. You helped my mom become rich. Thank you, Bruce. You made me rich the first moment I saw you, rich in my heart, with love. I always loved you most, but Paul Marine and I just got married. You're too late. Or is he? The minister pulls off his mask. The minister pulls off his mask. He's actually George Washington. George Washington. Bruce knew you were getting married, so he stabbed himself and traveled to the past, then stabbed me so that I would be sent to this time. I then pretended to be a wedding minister for the ceremony, but I am actually not a minister at all, which means you're not officially married. You did all of this for me? Yes, I stabbed George Washington because I love you. Also, the man you were about to marry wasn't actually Paul Marine. Paul Marine takes off his mask. It's Slobo, Bruce's best friend. This is actually a fake wedding. I saved Slobo's life, but then had him disguise himself as your boyfriend to make this look real. But it was actually a test to see if you were meant to be. The only thing meant to be is your death. Paul Marine pulls out a gun. She pulls off her mask. It's the real Paul Marine. But how? I followed you to the past using my time bullets and discovered your plan to marry Sophie, so I already married Sophie in the past. She didn't want to, but then I showed her this baby. Paul Marine reveals a baby. I told her that this baby was actually our baby from the future, and that I used time bullets to travel with the baby back to the past to show her that we had a family together in the future. But in reality, it is just a baby I stole that isn't mine. Then whose baby is it? The real Sophie enters wearing a futuristic pants and a shirt. Ours. Are you Sophie from the future? Yes, you were very quick to understand things. I came to the past to tell you that in the future you and I got married. Bruce, we had a very active and highly satisfying sex life, which led to the birth of our future child. Aruge? What the fuck kind of name? Aruge? Okay, I can't say that. I'm sorry. I broke character. That is the baby that Paul Marine is holding. He stole our baby. But why? Paul Marine stole our baby and then traveled to the past so that he would use the baby as a lie to trick younger me into marrying him instead of saying that it was actually the baby that he would have with me in the future. The past version of me believed him, and because of that I married Paul Marine instead of no longer ever marrying you at all. Aw, man. It's over, Bruce. We're married. Until death do you part. Bruce pulls out the time knife. Paul Marine pulls out his gun and with time bullets inside. They have the best fight of any movie ever. At the end, Bruce and Paul Marine has Paul Marine with a knife to his neck. It's been a slice. Bruce lifts the knife and cut Paul Marine. You won't get me that easy. Paul Marine aims the gun at himself and shoots himself 30 times. The clip is bigger than a regular pistol. Yeah, which usually only has 8 to 10 rounds. Anyways, moving on. Paul disappears, but 30 Paul Marines enter. I shot myself 30 times, so I was sent to many different times at the same time, which meant there are 30 of me, but now they are now all here to kill you. Which means that each of you has a time bullet instead of you. Of course. But I made sure that we were all shot in the areas that have no vital organs, and we will get the bullets removed after we kill you. Unfortunately for you, I traveled to the past earlier, took your gun, and added an electric charge on the end of each of your time bullets. I control the electric charges with this handheld detonator. No, yes, it's quite shocking. Bruce pressed the detonator. All 30 Paul Marines are electrified from inside. Their skin peels open over like sausages that are left of barbecue. For too long, that peel open all over. The Paul Marines all die. Consider this my resignation. Goo goo gaga. Ah, yeah. God bless America. Bruce and Sophie make out. Sophie waits a few seconds for the audience to stop applauding before saying her next line. Congratulations, you passed the test. What test? We always believe you're the chosen one, so we traveled to the past to test you to make sure. We now believe you're ready to fight the ultimate villain from the future. Okay. Who's the ultimate villain? His name is Paul Marine. Yeah, but I just killed Paul Marine. No, the Paul Marine you have known this whole time has actually been an actor from the future that we paid to play Paul Marine for the test. The actual Paul Marine is exactly the same, but he lives in the future. He was an actor, which means my job was fake as well. Yes, that is the only reason why you were kept in a low-level position for so many years without a single promotion, and it appeared that people didn't give you the respect you clearly deserved because in reality you are the chosen one. It all makes sense now. We must travel to the future. Are you ready? Looks like it's time to find out. Bruce puts on his shades. George Washington waves the American flag. End of movie. Bruce Savage will return in Time Knife to the Reckoning. Okay, guys. It is over with. Are you guys ready for the sequel? That's only the first movie. We have to wait for the second film. You blacked out what happened. Don't worry. George Washington showed up, and the main character is the chosen one, and they're going to the future, and I don't even know what the fuck happened. Let's just pretend none of that occurred. It wasn't a blackout, it's time knife. Alright, I need to read some of these. I did not read any of these comments during that section. Time to hear the initiation of time knife. Oh my god. It's like a time travel version of Face Off. Do we ever get to see her reaction to these scripts? No, she doesn't actually respond. Like, it literally says right here at the top that he sent her the first act of this to try to get her feedback, and she just ignores him completely. Which is the proper response, let's be perfectly honest. Quantum Break 2 will be written by Bruce, who visits Cauldron Lake. Oh my god. Imagine if Bruce literally went to Cauldron Lake and made this a reality, and we had to play through that story. A total joke Remedy game. I would love it. The whole thing's just a parody.
Shit! Drone.
Okay.
It's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Literally.
No, it's in the right place. That's where Hatch pushed it. He had someone reprogram that entire thing.
Dr. Emerald's in there. You need to get her out before time kicks back.
Okay, how much do we got? We got one more. Okay, I know where the last one is. That's what's called an American nightmare. You missed all this. George Washington is a time traveler and found a knife. No, so the main character went back in time, stabbed George Washington so that he comes to the future and pretends to be a minister so that he can fake marry Sophie and Paul so that they're not actually married. Yes, that makes logical sense. I never thought I'd say that sentence out loud, but here we are. Dude, we should all tag Sam Lake on that. I love it. I love the idea.
Get her moving before time kicks
Everyone
back
with
in,
Twitter,
and that
we're
drone
gonna
turns
tag
us into
Sam
paste.
and tell him to make Act 2 or the second Time Knife film for Alan Wake 2.
What? Oh no. That's gonna be good. It's ready. I mean, you're Jack Joyce. You're here to kill me?
No, but you're coming with us. We need your expertise.
No.
I'm not asking.
Let's go. Martin's literally trying to assassinate you as we speak. So either come with us or you dead. You don't like smelling burnt toast? Yeah.
Where's the damn boat?
Honestly, the only reason I made you guys listen to that is because I had to torment myself once to read it.
Get her on the boat.
Alright. Let's do this.
Jack, they're closing the gate. We'll be sitting ducks here unless you get it open for us.
I'll take care of it, don't worry. I got this shit. Wow, that was one shot and I'm already dead. Get down, get down, get down. Okay. This is gonna be a rough progress. Alright, and boom! You can't track me like this, sucker! Alright.
Way too much firepower around. These assholes are gonna sink us if you don't take care of them first.
I'm working on it! Chill!
Give it to me.
Wow, that sucked. I need to get rid of that sniper, or I can go up the right-hand side, which is what I'm gonna do. But we have one of these bad boys here, so we gotta deactivate this first.
We got contact.
Hi there. This is bad. Okay, move out of the way. Almost. Jesus. How much more? I got a couple shotgun shells, so this will work out. Hey, you. Is that it? That's it on him. Have we got past the bridge part? No. That's gonna be next. stream. I need some more ammo. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and get a new gun. So I think that's the beginning of Act 4 is when that section happens. Hi there. Goodbye. Hey sniper, guess what? I'm faster than you. Are you down here? Bro, why are you throwing a grenade at me? I don't appreciate that. None of that crap. Okay, for this section though, we do want to take the carbine. Because then we basically got a pseudo sniper. It's not the best sniper, but it works. Honestly, I want another time blast. Not the time blast. I want another, not the dodge, extra activation. This is what I need. But I need 2 more Chronon sources before I can do it. You missed George Washington traveling to the future to be a fake minister, Draco.
Still closed.
So he can fake Mary, Paul, and
Yeah, I'm still
Sophie.
working on it. Hang tight.
Yeah, we need to get Raz on this to go in and wipe those memories from all of our minds, because let's be honest, no one wants to remember that. Okay, so we're good there. We've gotten all the collectibles in this section. Let's open the gate.
What about you?
You're clear. Go.
I can swing by
Go.
and...
No, just go. We went to all this trouble to grab her. Beth, I'm counting on you to keep her alive. Make my own way.
So is Quantum Break actually breaking time in the universe itself? Yes, exactly
There's
what's
a bridge
happening.
to the mainland.
The whole plot is
Fight my way
time's
through
breaking
anything
down.
Monarch would throw at me and then steal a car, drive it back to the swimming pool.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Remember, we need your attitude.
Okay, this is bad. I need to be able to get... There we go. And boom. 1 sniper down. Let's circle around this direction so we can get a better advantage without them attacking us. Hi there. Okay, where are we at? I know there's another sniper somewhere around here. Goodbye. Shit, I missed. This is not working very well. That it? That guy's down. Perfect. How much more we got? We got 1 there and then 1 on the other side. Okay, I'm going to save that in case there's any more snipers. Let's save a couple of those shots. Oh, yep, there's one right there. Just saw one pop up, and we're out of ammo. Let's backtrack real quick. Nope, I don't want that. Nope, I don't want that either. Where'd my sniper go? Where'd my sniper go? Shit, I lost it. There it is. Where is a backpack? I need a backpack. Whatever, let's just pick up a random gun. With only 8 shots, that's beautiful. Oh, this is bad. Crap. How much more I got? I think I got 1 more of those blasts real quick. Okay, he's down. Perfect. And there is the sniper. So let's get up there and take a shot. Wait, what's going on? The psychic uterus road. No, no, we're not talking about the psychic uterus or anything popping out of it. That is not allowed. Why would you bring that up? I conveniently forgot about that until just now. There he is. Got him.
With Beth and Dr. Amaral clear, it was time for me to get gone. For that, I needed wheels.
You never played Psychonauts? Yeah, definitely check it out, Jason. It's a lot of fun. Especially if you like analyzing psychology in video games. Or just psychology in general, I would say.
Okay, time to get a ride out of here.
Hey, no worries, Scott. Welcome on. We just finished, literally just took down the last guy in a big fight section, and we're going to be getting into another cutscene pretty soon. Because I think we got 100% of everything in this area. So let's get out of here. All we got to do is escape now that we got Beth and Sophie out of here.
Beloved by car thieves everywhere.
Just grab a car and let's go. Of course, he just has to take a freaking badass car. If you have your choice of any vehicle, you might as well go with a nice one. Seriously, you've never heard of a... You've never seen Psychonauts before then? Yeah, this is on hard difficulty. This is the hard... we're playing on hard right now, Scott. Did you... I think you said you got a chance to play it, right, Princess, afterwards? If I remember correctly, I don't recall. Let me see here. Sorry, Ordek, I have to remove that message real quick. There's gonna be no spoilers in chat, so don't mention anything, even fake spoilers. Drago has some bleach. Okay, perfect. We don't want to make sure no one remembers all that stuff.
This thing growing inside me.
It is a strange game, Drago. Don't worry.
I've been fighting it for 6 hard years. Dr. Amaral was developing a cure for the Chronon syndrome. She was the only one who could administer the treatments that kept my sickness at bay.
Paul?
And Jack had taken her away from me.
How the fuck did this happen, Morton? How is it possible they managed to take her?
Paul, this is your illness talking. I'm on your side.
Yeah, Jack already had been in some shit before this all started, so... He wasn't unfamiliar with being an action hero.
They took her. Without Sophia, there's no chance of a cure.
We did all we could, but there are forces within Monarch working against you. And
like me.
Was just the tip of the iceberg. It wasn't just Joyce that did this.
Sir? We've recovered Dr. Amaral's laptop. We have it set up over there if you want to take a look.
I'll be right there. I want to go over Sophia's figures. If she's right, the fracture is escalating a lot faster than we anticipated.
Okay.
You know the future. Dr. Amaral doesn't. Is the lifeboat
really? Lance Reddick isn't young Sheldon? I didn't know that.
She's trying to convince you the schedule's wrong. Why? To get you to rush this? To make a mistake? The people opposing you. She could be one of them.
She isn't.
Are you willing to bet the entire plan on that? I implore you, hold off on activation, Paul. Let me clean house before this gets completely out of hand. How do you want to proceed?
Yeah, Lance Reddick does a lot of work. Like, I first saw him in Lost, but I know he does a lot of video game work. I think he mentioned Jason, he's in Destiny, he was in Horizon Zero Dawn, and a bunch of other stuff. I'm watching Fringe right now, so he's Broyles throughout that entire franchise as well. Alright, you guys ready for the next junction point? Let's go.
Somebody was working against me. Somebody close. Martin Hatch. Sophia Amaral. I could only trust one of them.
Alright. So what happens when we trust Sophia?
I want him apprehended. Immediately. So I have some information about Martin Hatch.
Martin had been my closest advisor for years. I began to wonder if that had been a mistake.
Sophia's loyal. She's always been loyal.
I don't think we can trust her. The way she looked at the countermeasure like she's seen it before. She knows what it does.
Sophia's research had saved my life. Loyalty doesn't run any deeper.
But Hatch is essentially suggesting that the reason why the projections of when the end of time is supposed to occur and what she is saying the projections are is different because she's intentionally trying to throw everyone off. And let's see what happens if we trust Hatch.
Alright, Amaral. Let's go fix the time machine.
I said I'll try.
Evidence was mounting against Sophia. I couldn't simply ignore it, despite everything we had been through.
And she knew you'd never make it without those treatments. And then she took them away.
If she'd turned against me with what she knew, the damage could be immeasurable.
No worries, Draco. You don't have to vote if you don't want to. That's fine. So I will send through this poll and let it go on for, let's just say 2 minutes right here. Honestly, like, I think one of the downsides of this specific junction is by reading the documents, you get a lot more information. If you never read the documents at all, this would be a very even 50-50 vote. Because you really don't know one way or another, but because we read everything, we already know what's going on, which is what sucks. If those documents came out after, like in Act 4 or something, then I think it would be a lot smoother, personally. But either way, as it showed in there, Amaral was trying to help us get the time machine started, so that's working against him as well. So it's really up to how we want to perceive it. Hypothetically, the only choice you got is do the wrong thing. That's not really the wrong thing. It's more like fate. Well, you can always just not play the game whatsoever, Isaac. Just do as in chess, a non-move move. You basically, rather than doing a move in chess where you either progress your attack or you further enhance your defense, you do what's called a non-move move where you just do something random that doesn't improve your chances of winning and does not decrease the opponent's chances of winning. It just wastes a turn. And that can be done to offset the entire meter and the flow of the game itself. Yes, Paul is the antagonist here. 100%. Alright, I think it's pretty cut and dry that we're going to go with trusting Amaral. That's... yeah. Why is this giving me the option to vote? I'm trying not to vote myself. Yeah, it's literally popping up on my side to vote. I don't know why. You were quoting Vlad from Max Payne. Oh, gotcha. I need to replay those games, to be honest. I don't recall the dialogue as fluid, or not that's not the word I'm looking for. As well. Let's keep it simple. I don't recall the dialogue as well for that one, because I've only played through the Max Payne 1 and 2 a single time. Alright, let's get going. We're trusting Amaral. Let's go.
Sophia's data's always been good. I'll trust her judgment. We need to analyze these figures and make final preparations to activate the lifeboat protocol at once.
Fine. I'll take the laptop to the science department.
No, I think I'll do that myself.
I see.
And
Sir?
Paul is
People are Mr.
sus.
Hatch.
Yep.
I want constant eyes on him.
Yes, sir. You got it.
He's sus as hell.
We pulled some images from the security cameras. We've identified Joyce's accomplice. She's Beth Wilder, one of our mid-level operatives.
Her. My God, she's been with us all along. She's working with Jack. Where is she now?
Unknown. But we've got a kill team tracking her.
No. She can't be killed. Not yet. Find her. And whatever Mr. Hatch does, I want to know about it. Don't screw this up.
As Mulder would say, trust no one.
Beth Wilder. It was the first time I'd heard her name, but she had been there in the past.
Really?
When it all started.
So he's already
She'd
Chrono
been there the
enhanced.
whole time, working against me from the inside. And she wasn't the only one.
So somehow Beth got to the end of time as well. Really? Only 69% agreed with the Amaral path? I thought it'd be higher than that. Okay, junction point done. Which Remedy games are my favorite by far? Well, I'm gonna have to stick with Alan Wake just because that's my introduction to it, and that's the game that literally changed a lot about my outlook on life in general, not to be too corny or anything. In terms of playing, I still think Control is the most fun to play. Quantum Break, I feel, is probably the weakest for me. Not to say that it's bad, it's just... It's like pizza. There's no such thing as a bad pizza. It's just degrees of good. But yeah, I definitely think Quantum Break is the lowest on the tier for me personally. Life is Strange. I've never actually played Life is Strange. I know roughly how it's supposed to work, but I've never sat down and played.